Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the Queen of Web Academy, where we simplify coding for absolute beginners like you. In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to build sign up form just like this, and also login form like this using just HTML and CSS, no JavaScript, no Flexbox, no positioning tricks. You will learn how to center your form, start beautiful input fields just like this thing you're seeing here, and link your sign up like this and your login form together like a pro, all with beginner friendly techniques. If you are coding along on your phone using TrebEdit or your laptop using VS Code, this lesson is designed just for you. Let's go. All right, so these are some things you need to get ready in order to follow along smoothly. Very first thing, make sure in your folder that you want to use for this form, you have login.html. Make sure you have signup.html, breaking two HTML files inside that same folder. Make sure you have style.css. Then make sure you have images, one that, let's say your school logo, and another one, a kind of background. So as for me, I'm using Unilag logo and I'm going to use Unilag mask for the background of my form. But you can use any natural background image that you like. You can go for anything at all that you like, all right? So that is all that. Then brief one for this logo, most of the logos you're going to see will have background, and to make it beautiful on your web page, you need a logo that does not have background. So in order to do that, you just need to go to remove.bg, remove.bg, and then let me go to a new and say remove. Just go to remove.bg and open it this way. So when it opens, it will tell you to pick the image you want to use. So when you say upload image, then it will take you to where you can pick the image. Once you pick it, then you open it. So anyhow, so once you upload the image, it's going to remove the background for you. Then you need to download the image again. You need to download the image again. Once you download the image, it's going to then, until then, so it's better you, so when you download the image, then you import it into your forms. Then you import it into your form folder for you to start this project. So let's go on. So now in our, let's start with signup.html. So we have our HTML snippet like this. Let me zoom in. Okay, I believe you can all see very well now. So having added, then I need to change the title. So let's say sign up form. Then I need to link my CSS straight away. Now I've done that. So the next thing inside body is to first declare a kind of div for my, for all the form. So let's say div dot sign up form. Let me see, sign up background, just for the sake of that background. So this way that's created a div for me with a class name of sign up background, sign up hyphen bg, which is background. Just for the sake of the background, I want to put background image that I want to put under the sign up.html. So having done that, the next thing is to declare form. So inside my form, in this case, the kind of form that I want to teach you, I will only be needing the input. So we don't need label for this case. So instead of the label to tell people what to put inside each input, we are going to be replacing that with what we call a placeholder. Though both placeholder and label can work together, but in this case, I want to use only placeholder. So my input is going to have type, which is text. Then it's going to have placeholder, which in this case, the first placeholder will be full name. Then, okay, let me show you these on browser. I need to zoom in these as well. Yeah, I hope you can see what we have there now. 100% is fine. Okay. So I have the first input. I put text, I put type, type which is text, placeholder which is full name, then I will make it required. So everything in this kind of form is going to be required because we are not putting in much. Then another input again. So let me just repeat this in like, is it 4 or 5 places? 0, 4, 5. Okay. So for full name, we have this. Then this one too is type of text, but username now. This one is a type of no, number because I want to request for their phone number. So I will say phone number. Okay. Then the next one will be email. So the type will be email. And then this place will now be email address. The placeholder will be email address. So one thing you need to know about placeholder is when you have a placeholder like this, immediately you start typing, the placeholder would live there. Can you see that? So it is just there to give information of what you are to put inside the input. After phone number, email address, then we're going to have password, and this place password too. Okay, let me just say create password. Now, so I'm going to repeat this twice because when you're just creating a form, you may need to repeat the password twice so that you'll be sure of the password you used. Then, so this place now, I'll change this one to confirm password. The create, I'll just change that one to confirm password. So we have full name, username, phone number, email address, create password, then confirm password. Oh, okay. Then first thing inside our form, I need to put a kind of HTML to give it a heading. So sign up form. Then below here, after this is button, then our button will say sign up. So we have this here button that says sign up. Then below our button, we want another thing that's like a paragraph. I'll put it inside a paragraph. I will say already. I'm asking you to sign up, but what if you already have an account with us? So already have an account. So if you already have an account, then I need you to log in. Then to log in, you need a link. So I will put a link. This login now will be a link that will take you to where you're supposed to log in. So in this case, we'll be using anchor tag, and the reference will be to our login.html by just saying login.html. Then inside here, you say login. So that is settled. So this now, if I click on it, it's going to take us to another thing. Can you see that now? So let's go back. So now we can proceed to our login.html. So same thing for our login.html. Let me open our login.html to so first in our HTML snippet, then title, I'm changing the title to login form. Oh, la 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 la. So login form. Then immediately I will link my CSS. So style.css. Then inside my header, I want to put everything inside Okay, let me see what I used there. So I want to give, okay, this div now. So I'm going to give this one two class names. They can have two class names. So I'm going to give it, let me just say container, then space. So in this case, container is a class name separately and sign up background is a class name separately. So for this place, I only need that container background. So I'm going to say div dot container. So, and this has created a class name of container for me. So if I style container, the two of them, the two HTML form are going to carry the style. But if I style sign up BG alone, it's only the sign up.html that is going to carry that style. I hope you are getting it now. Okay, so for this case, first thing I want to put in here now is my image, my school logo. So the source will be unilag logo.png, and I can just say unilag logo. Why is it not showing? So we have that here. Then after this, I'm going to be having my h3, and I will call it login form, or let me just say login. Then after this, yeah, inside this, the first thing I have to do is declare my form. So it is inside this form. So it is inside this form that I'm going to have this image and the login, then all other things that I want to have here. So I'll be having input. So for this case, I'm going to use input alone as well. The very first input is type text because it does their username, then placeholder. Let me say username, and then password. Remember, required, required. If not, they'll be able to come in without putting in their details. But this case is going to be password, and then placeholder, password as well, and then required. Yeah, that's all we need for this. But to make our login more beautiful, I want to add emoji to this password and to this username. What is it called? Window button plus period, which is full stop. So let me search for lock. Can I use this? Let me see if padlock is going to bring another thing. It's still the same thing. Yeah, so I have this for my password. And then for the username, so I'm going to use user for that with space. Yeah. So I have this for the username, then this for my password. All right, that is done. But for those who are using phone, you may not be able to see emoji when you're working with your TrebEdit. The best practice is to go maybe on WhatsApp or anywhere where you can type and pick the exact image emoji you want to use, then copy it and go and paste it. It's going to show. I've tried it and it worked. So just copy it and go and paste it. Okay, so having done this, the next thing is to add button. So let me add button. Then inside button, I'm going to say login. Then after the login button, I'm going to include a paragraph as well for the one that will take us back to, so I will say, I will say don't have a don't have an account. So in case the user does not have an account, don't have an account, then I will say login, or already have an account. This is login. Okay, don't have an account, so sign up now. Then I will create an anchor tag and then link my sign up button to it. And then here I'll write sign up. So now you see now that, okay, I don't have an account, sign up. So it's going to take us to where we're going to sign up. Okay, I already have an account, then you log in. And it's going to return us here to log in. Can you see that? Right. So now, having done this, the next thing we need to do is just go straight to our CSS and start styling it. So let's start with the sign up form. But first of all, we will start with some general things that are common to all of them. So I want to style my body and HTML because of the background that I want to use. That is why I want to include this particular styling. So first thing, I want to declare padding 0. I want to declare margin 0 as well. Then I want to say height 100%. So this is, so I need to include this if I want the background image I want to use to be able to cover the whole page. So that's the essence of this height 100% that I'm putting here now. Then let me give you a kind of background color. The background color will be useful just for the to be useful just for the login page, right? So now for this login page is carrying these, and even the sign up, both sign up and register, they both have the, all of them are carrying the background color now. But for the sign up, I'm going to include, I'm going to add background image. So in the real sense, it's not, the background color will not be, may not be useful. It's not going to be useful on sign up form again, but it will still be useful on login form because I'm not using background image for the login form. So now both of them are H3. So let me style that together as well. Okay, even before the H3, let me style main. The container. I gave both of them, I put both of them inside a div called container, and then for this container, I'm going to give it a padding of 20 pixel. Yeah. Then I'll say text align center. So that way I'm going to have this on both pages. Both pages. Sign up form. Wait, why am I having sign up form for both? For our, for this not to be giving us issue, one, let me on our sign up form, let's add target underscore black to our anchor tag. I'm sorry, target here underscore black. So this is sign up, right? Then we have this. So in this way, it's going to open on another page. So it's not going to be confusing us. Then let me include the same attributes to our login page as well. So this way, it's going to open. So if I click on this now, it's going to open it. Okay, it's telling me that I must fill this. Sorry, I went to click on login instead of, yeah. So, or this, then so I prefer it this way. So let's go back to sign up for. All right, so we have styled the container, we have styled this. Then let's style the H3 too. They both have H3. And then for the H3, I want to give it margin bottom to have space between it and the main form. So let me give it margin bottom of 20 pixel. Then I'm going to give it a font size. Let me see what 24 pixel will look like. Yeah, it's better. Or it can be like 30. It depends on how big I want it to be. And then another thing is color. So I will give the two of them the same color. Let me see. Let's use itself. Yeah. So it's going to be more visible later. All right. Let's continue. So what other thing joins the two of them together? The two of them as button. So I think I can style their button together as well. And the button, I'm going to be giving it a width of like what is this now? Let me say 80%. So with 80% padding, 12 pixel, padding 12 pixel. What other thing? Um, margin, margin of let's say 20 pixel. Yeah, and then I'm going to give it. I don't want it to have border. Border, then I will say none. Okay, no border. Then background color. I'm going to use the same background color as for uniformity as the color I gave to this HTML. Yeah, it's fine. Then I'm going to give it. Yeah, should I change the color? Let me give it border radius. 5 or 10 pixel. It's fine. Yeah. Then I'm going to increase the font size. Let me say that's 24. Yeah, let's continue and see if it's still going to make sense as we continue. What other thing do they have together? All of them have, okay, the two of them have placeholder. So when you want to style placeholder, you need to start with two colon. So it is one of those pseudo class of a thing. So you need to start with place. If you want to start placeholder, so you need to, I think this font size is too much. 16. Yeah, I think it's better. So you say two colon, then you write placeholder. So I want to give my placeholder a color. Let me give it a calm one to make one E. So it's calm. No, is it necessary? Just for it to be cool. Okay. So let me see what other thing. Both of them have paragraph. Both of them have paragraph, and I want to style the paragraph. Um, Let me see margin top so that it's okay. It already have enough space, I think. Maybe the space is too much. Well, it's still going to be big. By the time I start styling all of these now, all these inputs, they'll be getting closer to this. So let me just leave it like that. The margin top, then can give it color as well. Let me see what the color will look like. Um, F0, anything like that. Too cool. Too close. Let me make it lighter. Let me give it white. White is FF. I think it's better. Then my login, which is my A, the anchor tag. I don't want it to have this decoration, this underline. So I'm going to say text decoration none. That's the first thing. So that is going to go away. Then I want to give it color too. So I'm going to use the same color that I use for this. Okay. What other thing do they have in common? Yeah, I think for now. So now let's style the sign up form uh, alone. So let's style this sign up form alone. I can, okay, let me say general styling for this. As I will add it as a comment, I'll say general styling. Okay. So general styling starts from there. up till this place. Then for this one now, I'm going to say sign up form styling. So sign up form styling starts now. Okay. So I want to start with the container of sign up form. And that's what I'm going to add the image background to. Sign up. What did I name it? BG, if I'm right. Yeah, sign up BG. Okay. So the very first thing is the background image that I want to add to it. So I'm going to say background image. This is how to add background image. Then you're going to declare URL. So inside this URL now, then you put quotation and then the name of your image. So in this case, let me see what's the name. Unilag mask. So I have this here now. Then after this, if you notice very well, the whole picture is cut into, it's repeating itself. This is the image here, this is another image here, another image here. So that's how it will continue. So in order to beat this, you will just say background repeat. So we say background repeat, and then you will say no repeat. So that way immediately we are going to have just one background repeat, no repeat. Then another thing is you want it to cover. So you will say background size, and then you say cover. So it's going to cover the whole page like that. So then another thing is you can say background position, and then you center it. Okay, so we have this. Then for it to cover the whole of our page, then we are going to say height. That's the essence of the height I added to our body and HTML. So you're going to say 100%. And that way it's going to cover the whole page. So can you see that? So it's going to cover the whole page. Then let me see my form. I need to give this form another class name so that I can style it differently from. So I'm going to say sign up form so that I can style it differently from the login. So let me call the login form. So let me give it the class name of login form too. Okay. So now we want to style the sign up form. You know, when it's a class name, you must start with dot. Don't always forget. And then we can see that the image does not let other things that we have on the form to be cleared, to be glaring, to be visible enough. So for that sake, we are going to add another background color. We can just, if you say background, it is allowed. Background means it can take either image or color. But if you say background image, it means it can only take image. If you say background color, it can only take color. So you can say background color or say background alone. Or you can say background image or say background alone. So whichever one is fine. So here is another way we can style our, we can pick color aside from the X code. We can also use RGBA. RGB is the main color. While the A is talking about uh how do I put it? If you want your background to be transparent, if you want it to have opacity here, so it's going to talk about the opacity of the. So I'm going to give it this 0 means black. So that's going to give it a kind of black. But I want this black to have opacity to be transparent. So for that, let me just say I'm adding 0.7. Yeah. So it's still going to be, it's going to be that black, but transparent so that you can see what is under it. Let me reduce it to 6. Yeah, it's lighter now. Okay. So now that we put this, another thing we're going to add is padding. Does our okay, it needs padding too. So let me give it 20 pixel around. So that way it has created space here, space here. Then after padding, I'm going to give it margin. Then the margin, I will say 0, then auto. So, so it will still be at the middle. I need to specify this width so that it will not be too big like this. The width is too much. So for that, I'm going to say width. Let me say 90% or 80%. So this way, it's still going to be big, but now I want to give it a maximum. I'm going to give it a kind of maximum width. So maximum width is going to tell you that once you reach this size of width, stop, stop. And let me give it 400 pixel and see. So with maximum width of 400 pixel, it's not going to be too big. Can you see it? So despite that the screen is getting larger, it is maintaining at most 400 pixel. That is what maximum width does. Then I want to give it height. I want it to cover more than this. So the height that I'm going to give it now, I'm going to use what we call the viewport. So I can say, let's say 90% view height. So you say 90 VH. So this we're going to cover like 90% of the screen size. Like 90%. If you want it to be like 80, so it's going to be 80. If you want it 100, it's going to take the whole page. All right, so having done this, another thing I can just give it is border radius to make it more beautiful. Mm, just 10 pixel is fine. Yeah, we are progressing. So now our form is looking beautiful. But to make it more beautiful, let's style our input. You see this input, I want to really make it very sensible. I don't want it to be like this. I want it to look like a kind of just only the back, only the border button, only the line. You know, I explained in the those under my mentorship will see the assessment I gave to them last week. I said I want it to have only the border button. And to achieve that, so now we want to style the input inside the sign up form. Then you say input. So this way, it's not going to style the other input for the login form. So first thing I want to say here is that I don't want border. So I will say border, then none. So that way, all border gone. Then another one is very important. In fact, should have been the first thing is display block. Yeah, so I want the display to be block. Um, I'm going to give it margin so for it to be centralized, and to do that, would say 0 for the up and down, then auto for the left and right. So that way it's going to come to the middle. So another thing I can also do to it is I want, okay, before I even do the text inside it, let me give it the input. Let me give it padding. Padding, let me see it. Let me see what a pixel will look like. Yeah, I can increase it. Okay, so we have 15 pixel. You see that our width now is the height. We may need to increase it to like 90 VH. Uh-huh. Since I've removed the border, let me give it border bottom. Exactly what I want. I want the border bottom to which color? Let's say this EE. Don't mind me. I need to start it. Okay. 2 pixel. I want it 2 pixel thick and then solid. So I have it here. Then another thing is I want its background so that all this white will go away. We will understand what we are doing. I want the background to be transparent. Yeah. And we can have this immediately. So I want the background to be transparent. Then I think the padding, there shouldn't be padding up and down. So let me say 0, like space, and then left. So I don't even need for left. I only need for, instead of all this, let me just declare margin top. So margin top 15 pixel, and that gives me what I want. I've just been disturbing myself since. Or I can even increase it to like 20 pixel. Yeah. Then I'm going to say text align center. Yeah, text align center. I'm going to give it width too. Let me give it width of 80%. The one I give to the button. Let me check. Did I give um yeah. What did I give to the button? Yeah, 80%. Yeah. So this way there's going to be kind of uniformity. So 80% for the width, and what other thing again? Let me increase the font size. Sixteen pixel. Yeah. I think we are good to go now. We are good to go. Yeah. So this is what our sign up form now looks like. Yeah. It's very beautiful, and you can easily fill in whatever you want to fill in. When it gets here, you can as well fill in. This one is going to take number. It's not going to type anything except number. Can you see that? Because I've declared that it should be number. So this one is going to be what must have at. If I don't add at, you will see that it's going to reject it. And it's going to say, yeah. So please include an at here. So and then it's going to go like that. Okay. So when you don't have already have an account, then you log in. So now let's start our login. So all the general styling that we have done before have actually taken place uh, on our, what is it called, on our login form. So now we want to style login form styling separately. So I'm going to start with dot login form, which is the class name of the whole form itself. Then I'm going to give it a kind of background color, which is white. Yeah. Then, so for that sake, our paragraph, here is it, cannot take white. It's rather going to take like let me give it DD. So it's okay like this. So if you're not okay with any of them, you can style them separately. So I've given it a kind of background color of white. Okay, so this is what we are styling. Then I want to give it margin. Where am I typing? 0 and auto. So that has resized it. Then I'm going to give it padding. Well, let's say 20 pixel. Then I'm going to give it width of 90% too. Since I use 90% for the other one too. Then I'm going to give this one to maximum width, just like that one, 400 pixel. Then height 90 VH. Um, Okay, let me give it border radius. Ten pixel. Okay, so now we can go to the input and let's see how it's going to turn out. The input now. So first of all, display block. So at least we're going to have it this way. Then followed by margin. Margin. Okay. Okay. Then after margin, padding. So I'm going to give it, my input should be, so we are giving it this padding of 10 pixel, then font size 16 pixel too. I think I need to change the placeholder color too to the color I used for the P. Aha. So it's going to work fine on both. It's a bit dark. Okay, let me bring this placeholder color to only the login form. So I'm going to say dot login form. Okay, and then for this, let me see if I can just change the color. Even instead of this P, okay, P just need margin of a thing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to leave them with. I just need this to come on to them. But inside the sign up form, I can declare color and give a suitable color. Let's say, so, and this is going to have the white straight. So also the placeholder, after the input, let me style the placeholder separately as well. So dot sign up form, then placeholder. And this is going to have, let me see what are those things that I put under the placeholder. Just color. This is going to have color like white. So this is going to have color of white, and that's perfect for that. While this is going to have color of, let's say, black, the other one. So the placeholder, I think it's better this way than black. Alright, so we have styled them differently like that. Okay, still working on our input. We are giving it font size width 80%. Yeah, so 80%. Then I'm going to give it border I want the border to be closer to the color. Let me just say 1 pixel. Let me see what 1 pixel will look like. Solid, then hashtag yeah, it can. Okay. Then border radius too. 10 pixel. Oh no, it seems I used 5 pixel. 5 pixel for the other one. Okay, 5 pixel. Then I can just give it background. The input too, I can give it background color, like a transparent background color. Let me use the RGB. So, but I want this to be, let's say 0.2. So if you like it, it's fine like this. If you don't, yeah, don't want to do. Is it necessary? So I think everything is looking perfectly. The only thing now is our image is too big, so we can just style that. Let's give it width. Let's say 120 pixel. Yeah, perfect. I like that. So I've done like in case I don't know the kind of device I'll be showing in, so I need to declare the height as well. So it's going to remain the same, but it's good. Then border radius, just to make it professional. Let me know that I've done my work to make it round, even though the shape is already round, but it's still better I do it this way. So to give it its circle shape, and then we have this so beautiful. And then you can just, from sign up you can go to login, and from login you can go to sign up. Yeah. So Alhamdulillah, you just created a fully working and beautifully styled sign up and then a login form using only HTML and CSS. You see, you learn how to center a form having known without knowing flex or positioning. You styled inputs with a clean and modern look. Can you see that? You linked pages together from here to the other one, and then from this to the other one. Okay, and like a real world project. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the Queen of Web Academy, and share it with other beginners like you. Like, inshallah, more simple and practical tutorials are coming soon, so stay tuned and keep building your skills. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.